Welcome to the Math Acceleration Information Night presentation. This presentation will cover placement criteria set out by the district regarding accelerated course options for rising 7th and 8th graders. We will discuss those course options and the long-term implications on high school course selection, as well as the next step here at Lakewood. To give a bit of context about the placement criteria, in the past, Durham Public Schools has used one data point to make almost all placement decisions for middle school students. This data point, the EVOS probability, or the statistical likelihood that a student would pass the Math 1 EOC if they took it in 9th grade, was a number used nearly in isolation. At Lakewood, we wanted to look at more data to see the whole child. We developed a process that took into account factors such as historical math performance, teacher rating, mastery of prerequisite skills, and more. This helped us make better decisions about where students were placed based on their readiness for advanced opportunities. Taking notice of our model, Durham Public Schools has been working to revise its criteria for middle school math placement. While EVOS is still a part of the data, we look at a student's predicted percentile. In other words, the percentile in which they will rank compared to their peers, not the probability that they will pass the test if they took it in 9th grade. We also consider other data points, how they've performed in math in the past, their teachers' recommendations, and mastery of prerequisite skills. Unfortunately, we are still waiting the details and final draft of these criteria. While we are still awaiting the details, we can anticipate some of the major changes in the criteria for placement. Instead of just looking at the EVOS probability, we know that we will need to look at students' EVOS predicted percentiles for the Math 1 EOC, their historical math performance in the form of class grades and EOGs through the current school year, and we also have the option this year of taking a pathway of professional judgment for any students whose hard data, EVOS, grades, EOGs, perhaps does not align with what an educator or administrator's recommendation for that student is. We can collect additional evidence in the form of a teacher rating tool or a readiness assessment that allows us to make a recommendation outside of what the EVOS or math performance might suggest. We have three main options for serving our high-ability math students who are rising 7th graders. The first option, where most of our AIG students are being served, is in the grade level or 7th grade community math class. Students have access to enriched and advanced work on the highest level of their work plan as they need it, much like how 6th grade math has worked this year. For some students, acceleration by a full grade level into their 8th grade community math class, or compacted math, is what is needed. For a few students, acceleration by 2 grade levels into 9th grade math, or Common Core Math 1, is what is appropriate to meet their needs. This class meets outside of the community. For our rising 8th graders, we also have three options to meet our high-ability math students' needs. Students may take grade level 8th grade math in their community with access to enriched and advanced work on the highest level of their work plan. This is where most of our AIG students are having their needs met. Some 8th graders are accelerated by 1 grade level to Common Core Math 1, which meets outside the community, and some are accelerated by 2 grade levels to Common Core Math 2. This, however, is only for students that have already taken Common Core Math 1 in the 7th grade. This class also meets outside of the community. As we make math placement decisions for the upcoming school year, it is important to understand the long-term implications of course decisions. There are 2 requirements for graduation regarding math in the state of North Carolina. One is that students must take 4 years of high school math. In other words, receive 4 credits of high school math. Additionally, they must take 4 credits of math in high school. So if students earn 4 credits of high school math, but 1 or 2 of those were taken in middle school, they must take an additional 1 or 2 high school math courses. All students are required to take Common Core Math 1, Common Core Math 2, Common Core Math 3, and then a fourth math, which may be a course like pre-calculus, discrete math, advanced functions and modeling. But students who begin their high school courses while still in middle school will be required to take AP course options in either their junior and/or senior years of high school. In anticipation of the district's criteria, we will continue to collect data on all students to make an informed decision about their math placement. Some students might need to take a readiness assessment, and some teachers might need to fill out a rating scale for students. Once a placement decision has been made, letters will be distributed indicating the decision for the 2015-2016 school year. The letter will include the data that informed our decision. We would love to talk more with you if you have any questions when you receive this information later this school year. Please contact Liz Brady at elizabeth.brady@dpsnc.net if you would like to ask questions specific to your child. We can set up a meeting in person or on the phone to discuss this further. Thank you so much.